Arkham Knight. The thing that's crazy about that is that you delayed the game forever, and then you ship it broken. Like, shouldn't that have been fixed? Shouldn't that have been fine? I don't understand it. I don't get it. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek, definitely Guru. I don't know. So, I'm sitting here today and I'm thinking about some things, and the more I'm thinking about something that just happened recently, I brought it up on the past Geekcast. Pretty much, I bought WWE 2K16. Back in the day, I was a huge wrestling fan. I loved wrestling games at one point. On the N64, like, I owned a bunch of wrestling games. No Mercy was my favorite video game. One of my favorite video games on the N64. So I kind of, when the announcement of WWE 2K16 came out, I thought, like, you know what, I'm going to give this another shot. I had Stone Cold on the cover. I'm a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. I have been for many years. So for me, it was like, hey man, this is a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of step back into the old school type thing. Let me give it a shot. So I get the game, I bring it home, I install it, and then I go to play it. So when the game fires up, it's telling you to press X to go from, you know, it basically flashes there's autosave functionality and all that. When you see this, don't shut the game off, push X to continue. So I see it, I'm like, okay, whatever. I push X to continue, nothing. Screen's completely blank. So I think, okay, maybe I didn't finish installing it properly. So I back out, I go look at some other stuff, I check, I'm like, no, it's all installed properly, everything's okay. I go back, still missing, still not starting up, and I'm like, this don't make no sense. So I immediately jump on the 2K message boards and the forums, and I start going through to find, and boom, there it is right away. So I start going through the thread to see if there's something in, and basically what everybody was coming upon was saying that, like, you can't press X right away. You need to wait an undisclosed amount of time, and then press X, and it'll take you in, and you can start playing the game. In the meantime, I'm going through and I'm seeing a lot of other things that are wrong with this game. You know, a lot of complaints from people that are saying, like, this is broken, and this don't work, and all that stuff. Seriously, game developers, you're charging us $60 a game for broken games. There has been so many games that came out in 2015 that have been broken, that need patches in order to continue. Like, there was a time when, you know, yes, you have fancy graphics now. Yes, you have, you know, more powerful systems and all that stuff. Good on you. But you're not producing games that aren't broken. But you know who's to blame? It's not the developers. It's not them at all. It's us. Because if we stopped buying this garbage, or if we return that game immediately when it didn't work, they would get the message. But the problem is that we continue to buy the games, and we keep giving them a free pass, and we keep letting them think it's okay to do stuff like this. But at the end of the day, you know, when you got games like Halo Master Chief Collection not working, Dragon Age Inquisition not working, Drive Club didn't work, you know, Assassin's Creed Unity didn't work, Little Big Planet 3 didn't work, like, all these games didn't work. Arkham Knight for the PC, the biggest travesty I feel is you had people that bought it on all the consoles and it worked, and then the PC people have these high-end computers and the thing should be working and it doesn't. What bothers me the most about that is how you ship the game knowing that. How you ship it and then 6 months later have the gall to say, we're only going to give out refunds till the end of 2015 and then it's done. Like, no. Fix it. Don't sit there and tell people, oh, you only have a couple months left to file a return or ask for a refund before we cut it off. No, you sent out garbage. You sent out an inferior product. You knew you sent it out, and you still sent it out. Same thing with the 2K16 WWE game. All your beta testers, they're not pushing X right away. They've been watching it a million times. You're going to tell me that nobody knew about that. And what's even worse is, you download the game, you buy the game, you bring it home, you download it, and then by the time you start to play it, you've got another patch, so you have to go. It's not even version 1. It's 1.1 is the version that I'm downloading, or 1.01, whatever it is, but it's not version 1.0. So I'm downloading a day 1 patch, and it's still not fixed. Something as simple as pushing the X button at the beginning, I have to wait. I can't do it. That's unacceptable. It's ridiculous. And us, the consumers, need to stop. But you know who has it right? You know who has it fixed? The guy that gets made fun of all the time. The one that people mock. The one that the one that has the system that nobody wants to buy because of a big gamepad. The Wii U. Nintendo has put out so many games in all of history, and they're not broken. They all work. Why? Because Nintendo takes time. They take their time and they produce a quality game, a quality system. There was a patch on Mario Maker, a day 1 patch, and you can easily turn around now and go, oh, but what about Mario Maker? Listen, the day 1 patch was to make the game better for you and for me, because we weren't happy waiting until all that stuff unlocked. We wanted it immediately. We wanted it now. We didn't want to wait 9 days for all the different components to that game to unlock. So Nintendo listened to what we said and said, you know what? We better unlock it. Yoshi's Woolly World comes out. Game is perfection. Looks beautiful. Looks amazing. Plays great. No broken controls. Everything starts. And you know what? When I hit the start screen and I push the A button, it works. I don't have to sit there and wait 30, 40 seconds before I can push the A button. In a nutshell, I just want to, I'm not basically bashing Sony or Microsoft, because some of the issues are them. A lot of the issues are third parties. But, Microsoft and Sony needs to be stricter with their third parties and say to them, like, this isn't acceptable. This isn't consumer friendly. Stop it immediately. I'm an old school gamer. I remember buying Super Mario Bros. 3, bringing it home, putting it in my Nintendo Entertainment System. It worked. Super Mario World on my Super Nintendo. It worked. Then Mario 64 on my N64. It worked. Mario Sunshine on my GameCube. It worked. Like, all these systems, all these games worked. It just boggles my mind how people, us, find this acceptable. And the crazy thing is, like, I've never played a Fallout game before, okay? The crazy thing is people are already saying that they believe that Fallout 4 will have bugs. Now, I pre-ordered Fallout 4. I plan on buying it. Plan on playing it, getting into it. It's going to be my first Fallout game, so I don't even know what to expect. But I'm reading blog posts. I'm reading all these different things where people are like, I'm fully intended on Fallout 4 being broken when we get it. There's going to be too many issues and this and that and the other. Like, if that game's broken, that it's not working when it starts, it's a travesty. Like, get your together. Seriously. Like, this is, enough's enough. Like, and I'm not saying that it is, and I really hope it's not. But I guess there was a lot of problems with past games, with a lot of the Fallout games before, because they're basically built for a PC. So when they make them for consoles aren't as powerful. My only saving grace is that the PS4 and the Xbox One are just as strong as computers. So I really think that they'll be okay this time to amp it up and really go with this, and everything should be okay. So what do you guys think? Like, are you guys sick of these broken games? And, like, shouldn't we be writing these people and saying, like, enough's enough? Tweeting them, whatever it needs to be. Like, we need to do something to tell these people, like, ship us proper games. So what do you guys think? Like, are you in the same boat as I am, or you're just fed up with this nonsense and you feel like we should do something about it, or we should say something about it? Or are you okay with it? Are you okay with day 1 patches, and maybe they work and maybe they don't work, What are some games that you bought that were broken that you weren't happy about? This is the first game that I've ever bought and that was broken like this. Not broken, but had major glitches to it and a lot of issues within the game. I never really bought a game where I needed to wait for patches in order to fully enjoy the game. It's a little crazy to me. So it's new to me. So that's why I'm kind of like doing this video, because I don't get it and I don't understand how people can find this acceptable at all. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. If you like this kind of stuff, So, follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @TheGeekGurus. That is all. Peace, mother